Hello and welcome to your Advective weather update for April 5th, 2023. Let's jump right into it. The main thing we're talking about today is the severe weather threat that continues from yesterday in association with the same system that caused us problems yesterday. So this stretches from places such as Detroit, Michigan, and Columbus, Ohio, all the way down to places like Memphis, Tennessee. So another widespread severe weather threat today for people in that level 3 out of 5 risk, with a level 2 out of 5 stretching from near the Dallas-Fort Worth area all the way up to the United States-Canada border, and that level 1 out of 5 risk stretching to the US-Mexico border. So very large, widespread severe weather risk is currently in place today. And we had one yesterday that was a level 4, today's a level 3, and this is not going to be as intense as expected, but it still remains widespread and substantial. Strong winds are going to be the primary threat with this system today, while tornadoes were the primary threat yesterday. So please just make sure that you're aware the tornado threat is not as high today, but still needs to be watched closely. And most importantly, of course, make sure you have multiple ways to get weather alerts as the system moves through today. A level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk is still nothing to scoff at. Let's take a look at the current weather setup. You'll notice here rather clearly that we do have those scattered tornadoes that occurred last night, with one stronger tornado occurring there last night as well. After our live stream ended, we had a couple stronger tornadoes. We covered one in Illinois and one in Iowa during the stream. There was another stronger tornado that occurred after that as well. But still, regardless, a rather active day yesterday, and an active day continues here. You can see rather clearly those severe thunderstorm watches, those tornado watches in the larger boxes, and those severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings in the smaller boxes there. And you can see that's pretty close to real time in terms of what's currently happening. But again, stay tuned to your local broadcast media and your weather alerts on your phone or your NOAA weather radio for the latest information. You'll also notice here that we have blizzard warnings going on in the northern plains as well as winter storm warnings. That blizzard is nearly out of here, but not quite yet. So still parts of North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota having to deal with those blizzard conditions. However, again, that's not going to last for too much longer. All right, well, let's talk about this in more detail now. That enhanced risk, again, stretching from places like Detroit, Michigan, all the way down to around Memphis, Tennessee, with the slight risk stretching from DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, up to northern Michigan, heading into places like Buffalo, New York, and then stretching off again into the Canadian side of things. And then again, that level 1 out of 5 stretching from near San Angelo, Texas, the U.S.-Mexico border, Corpus Christi, Houston, Texas, all the way up and into the northeastern United States as well. So again, a rather substantial severe weather threat does continue with time here. A level 3 out of 5, that's an enhanced risk. Let's talk about what's driving that. This is the wind forecast here. You'll notice there that level 3 out of 5, that's the 30 to 44% chance of strong winds greater than 60 miles per hour occurring within 25 miles of a point. You'll notice there in the yellow the slight risk, that's a 15 to 29% chance of those 60 mile per hour winds occurring within 25 miles of a point. And then our marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, that's a 5 to 14% chance of severe wind occurring within 25 miles of any given point. So that's what we're currently seeing right now. That is what's driving our severe weather risks primarily. Now, the hail threat is non-zero. The slight risk is about the same in aerial coverage, although it does not extend quite as far to the east. The marginal risk is the same way, but that hail threat extends all the way from the U.S.-Canada border, the state of Michigan and Ohio, all the way down to, again, near the Dallas-Fort Worth area, a bit past that. And again, that level 1 out of 5. Very similar areas, but the hail threat there, a level 2, severe hail criteria being 1 inch in diameter or greater. And finally, here's our tornado threat. This is the least widespread of the threats today. You'll notice there that level 2 out of 5, that's in the brown. There's the probability of a tornado occurring within 25 miles of any point, so it's 5 to 9% within that brown area. So that includes Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana. That includes Evansville and Louisville. That includes Paducah, Kentucky. That includes Memphis, Tennessee, Little Rock, Arkansas. And then our level 1 out of 5, 2 to 4% chance of a tornado. That stretches all the way from northern Michigan all the way down to places like Shreveport and Texarkana. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the tornado threat. I did want to note that there is a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe storms tomorrow. That is primarily for large hail for our Texas risk there near San Angelo, and in the northeast there with our risk that includes a lot of the state of Maryland and the whole state of Delaware stretching into much of Virginia, North Carolina. This severe risk is for both strong winds and large hail. However, the good news, no real risk of tornadoes tomorrow, at least as of now. So that's the good news. Let's take a look at a weather model here. This is the high resolution rapid refresh model through the remainder of the forecast period. First thing to note here is that remarkably widespread severe weather that's expected with this. We talked about that with the outlook, but now you can visually see it. I mean, look at that. You can see rather clearly the large, widespread severe weather that is expected to occur throughout the day today. Now that's going to last into the overnight hours again. However, this is not going to be the same level of threat as yesterday, but still, if you're within the severe risks here today, and you're still within a severe weather risk by the evening overnight hours, please make sure that you have multiple ways to get weather alerts. That's extremely important. So as we do head into the overnight hours again, that's going to be a very important thing to note. And again, I just want to show this model as it loops again so you can see as we head well into the overnight hours, this is around 4 or 5 a.m. That we're heading into. We're still seeing strong to severe storms overspreading the region. All right, well, what can you do? Firstly, just note that severe storms can escalate quickly. So again, set up ways to get weather alerts on your phone. You can get a NOAA weather radio. You can pay attention to local broadcast media. Things like that are great for getting weather alerts. When alerted to a storm, get inside a sturdy building immediately. Stay away from windows once indoors, and make sure that if a building isn't nearby, you get in a vehicle or something of that nature, a sturdy shelter. Now, if this is a tornado warning, this changes completely. Mobile homes and vehicles no longer are an option. Then you need to go to a sturdy shelter, lowest level of that shelter in an interior room. Again, vehicles and mobile homes no longer an option if in a tornado warning. All right, well, let's talk about those weather alerts real quick. What is the difference between a watch and a warning? You're probably going to hear about those today. If you're in a severe thunderstorm watch, that means that a severe thunderstorm is possible at some point during the day. So that means that you need to stay weather aware and be prepared to take action. But no actions are needed at that time. That doesn't mean that something's right on your doorstep. Now, if you're in a severe thunderstorm warning, that means that a severe thunderstorm is imminent or is about to happen. So this is when you need to take shelter immediately. Get indoors, make sure that you're away from windows. Again, that's when you need to act. So a thunderstorm watch is when you need to prepare. A thunderstorm warning is when you need to act. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was useful. If it was, you can hit the like button down below to let us know, and even leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that. If you want to stay tuned to more of our updates, you can subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, and you can also join our Discord server, link in the description, to chat with myself and the rest of the Advective Weather team. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.